another session of construction quality management. Students, in the previous session of construction quality management, we have started learning about what is quality, cost of quality, quality control, CONCOS system, which was developed by Building Construction Authority of Singapore. In that, you divide the entire project into three parts: structure, architectural and mechanical, electrical. Then you provide certain weightage to that, and rescoring cannot happen. So those were the things. Then quality control, that the operational techniques which you do for a component or a project to maintain the quality standards. So those operational techniques or the activities are known as quality control. So these are the things which we have learned in the previous session of the quality management. So today in this session we are going to learn about statistical quality control, quality assurance, total quality management, quality gurus and their teachings, the difference between quality assurance and quality control. Then we are going to learn quality audit. Okay, so let us start with statistical quality control. So students, as you know that quality control system involves the inspection, testing and analysis to ensure that the quality of the product is produced as per the standard quality plans. So when the statistical methods are used to improve or maintain or solve the quality problem, that is known as statistical quality control. See, statistical quality control means planned collection and effective use of data to analyze the variation or cause of variation in quality, either due to process, procedures, materials, etc. And this cause and effect study is then fed back into the system with the view of continuous improvement in the manufacturing, producing, transportation and the delivery. So that is your SQC, statistical quality control. The main objective behind the statistical quality control is to enable them to differentiate between assignable cause from the change cause, and then enable us to have the immediate action on them. Alright students, so we are learning statistical quality control. So now let us see what is statistics. So statistic is collection, organization, analysis, representation of a large number of data. It is a law of large number and based on the mathematical theory of probability. And basically it is one of the technique that is being used to solve the quality problem. So that is your statistics. See, statistical quality control is a systematic approach. It is not based on guess, or it is not based on haphazardous doing the inspection of the work. So statistical quality control involves following activity: systematic collection and graphic recording of the data, analyzing the data, and the last is practical engineering or the management if there is some deviation. So these are the activities. Now in statistical there are two terminologies. First, unit. In a group of items, there are some of the items which have the similar unit, or similar kind of item can be known as one unit. For an example, the length of the wall can be termed as meter. So meter is the unit for the length of wall. Now the second term is universe. So it is a common source from which all the units are derived. So that means when we are doing the quantification, the entire quantity is in meters cube or square meter. So that is derived from the units. The dimensions are in meter or meter, and then we multiply them and we produce some other quantity in meter square or meter cube. So that is your unit and universe. But here our point of focus is that statistical quality control helps in differentiating assignable variable causes and change variation causes. So now what is change variation cause and assignable variation cause? Let us see them. So some stable pattern of variation is inherent into any production or the quality system or the production or inspection system, and that due to minor causes, due to random variation. That is due to the minor causes to the random variation, and these variation are beyond the control of the human. So these are known as change variable causes. That in some of the cases, when you are producing something or when you are making something or when you are inspecting something, there is random pattern of the variation, and that random pattern of the variation is termed as change variable causes. Change variable causes are the beyond control of the humans. So now let us see assignable variable cause. So the assignable causes of variation can creep into the quality system right from the delivery of the material to the end product. These are non-random. This happens due to the specific reasons. So defective material, new technique, improper handling, poor inspection. So these are some of the reasons which contribute to the assignable cause of the variation. That due to some specific reason, that is known as assigned variation cause of variation. And if it is random and beyond our control, then it is change variation. So statistical quality control helps in differentiating them. Right? Now let us see advantages of statistical quality control. So the first is effective and efficient inspection at minimum cost. It provides better quality assurance. It provides identification and elimination of assignable cause of variation. It reduces the inspection cost and the production cost. It increases the output and reduces the wastage. Better customer relationship through the general output. So here are the advantages of statistical quality control. Now let us see the objectives of statistical quality control. So to know the trend of the quality in the market, to take corrective measure, to decide suitable quality level. So these are some of the basic objectives of the statistical quality control. So I hope we are clear up to this point. Now let us move forward with our second topic, that is quality assurance. So quality assurance can be defined as all planned and systematic activities implemented within the quality system and demonstrated as needed to provide the adequate confidence that the entity will fulfill the requirement of the quality. So that is your quality assurance. So the purpose of the quality assurance is to fulfill the requirements of the product or service, and it happens by quality control equals to quality design, quality confirmation, quality supply, quality performance, and quality service. See, quality design, that means how effectively and how in quality the product or the service is designed for the user. Quality confirmation indicates the consistency in delivering that design product, that how consistently we are producing that component, that is a quality confirmation. Then quality performance, that is an indicator of the product's end product. And the last is quality service. So it is the quality service associated with the product which adds value to the product. So that is quality service. So this is how we can have the quality assurance. Now let us look at the total quality management, the concept of TQM. So the total quality management is the enhancement from the traditional way of doing the business. See, to survive in the market, businesses needs to adapt and need to evolve, and the TQM is the best method for a business to get evolved. So TQM means meeting the requirements of the internal and external customers, consistently continuous improvement in the quality work of all employees. So that is your TQM means. Now according to the ISO 9000, TQM, they have defined TQM as a management approach of an organization centered on the quality based on the participation of all the members and aiming at the long-term success through customer satisfaction and benefits to the members of the organization and to the society. So that is definition from ISO 9000. Now let us see the aims of total quality management. So here are the aims of the total quality management. The first is quality assurance. Then there is general that to complete the work in minimum cost, to make good construction in the first attempt and reduces the defects. So here are some of the general aims of the total quality management. Now let us see the principles of total quality management. So here are the principles of the total quality management: that leadership, vision, customer orientation, quality strategy, employee empowerment and participation, then teamwork, communication, training, process centered. So these are the basic principles of total quality management. Now you all are aware about what is vision, what is customer orientation, what is process based. This is more or less similar to what we have learned in the principles of quality management system. Now this total quality management has given 10 mantras. Let us look at the 10 mantras of total quality management. So here are the total quality management mantras. The first is: quality is never achieved or never met by accident. It only comes by the hard work. Quality is a prayer to God. It requires hard work and devotion. Third is, quality is everybody's business. It's not about only project manager is concerned or the owner is concerned or you are concerned. It's everybody's business in the project. Then next is, quality begins with the cleanliness at the workplace. Then take care of the quality and quality will take care of the rest. The next is, make it right for the first time. And quality can be achieved through teamwork. Then the next mantra is, document is dependable, not memory. That when you are achieving the quality, document it. Have a documentation for that. Not based on memory that we have done that and we have done this. Based on document dependable. Then quality starts and ends with the education, and it is an attribute through which customer will evaluate the product or service. Alright. So that is the 10 mantras given by total quality management concept. Now let us see the quality gurus and their teaching. So today we are going to learn about 3 gurus. The first is Deming, Juran and Crosby. So they have given us immense literature for the quality. Let us begin with Deming. So Deming modified the PDCA cycle given by the Shewhart. Originally PDCA cycle was plan, do, check, act. He given plan, do, SA, plan, do, study, act. So first you plan something, you implement on a certain portion of the project, then you study what is happening by applying that, and then again you act on it. So PDSA, that is what given by Deming. The next was given by Juran. So Juran give a triangle: plan, control, improvement. You plan something, you control something, you improvise, and you again plan. So plan, control, improvise. That was given by the Juran. And the Crosby given us. So he given us the concept of do it right for the first time, or we can say 0 defects. So these are the quality gurus and their teaching to us in regards of the quality. Now let us move forward with our last 2 theories, that is difference between quality assurance and quality control. So here is the difference between quality assurance and quality control. That quality assurance is focusing on defect prevention, while quality control focuses on defect identification. Assurance is trying to prevent that it does not happen. Quality is trying to say what are the reasons by which a quality can be a bad. So identification, prevention and identification. The second point is, in quality assurance, you try to check that the plan was efficient to minimize the anticipated defects or not, while in quality control, you actually identify the defects and make them correct while making the product or the service. So that is our second difference. The next is quality control is proactive process while quality assurance is reactive process. The next difference between quality control and quality assurance is quality assurance is process-based approach while quality control is product-based approach. The next and the last point is quality audit is the example of quality assurance while inspection and testings are the example of quality control. So this is the difference between quality assurance and quality control. This is not given in your any of the textbooks. So you can write it down, you can have the notes for it. Now let us move forward with the last topic, that is quality audit. So audit is systematic and independent examination to check that whether the quality activities and related results are comply with the standards or not. Second, whether these arrangements are implemented effectively and are suitable to achieve the objectives. And the third is whether the quality policy is understood by the organization and implemented properly. See, quality audit is basically cross-checking, verification. You have generally heard the term in financial auditing. So auditing is basically cross-checking. It builds the confidence into the management. It is a framework by which an organization can have the idea about the weaknesses and deficiencies of the system. So there are three kinds of audit: first party audit, second party audit, and third party audit. So the first party audit, it is conducted by the organization or behalf of the organization by the internal persons for their internal purpose. Second party audit is the customer or the customer representative on behalf of customer do the audit for the organization. And the third party audit is it is conducted by the external parties, generally those who are certified and accreditable, such as ISO 9000 companies. So that is third party audit, where an external agency will check the quality services. So first party, second party, and third party. So that is your quality audit. So this is it. That was all about in today's session. In case of any query or doubt, you can always contact me on my mail or my number. From the next session onwards, students, we are going to start with construction safety management. All right. So let us meet in the next session with the safety criteria.